Hi there, this is Don from Telania eLeap, an LMS and training software company. One of the things I wanted to discuss with you today is this concept going on, and I don't know when it started, but somehow we, as a country, decided to cut corners when it comes to our workforce. Every day we talk to companies all over the world, and I'm talking literally all over the world, from Australia to Germany, to South Africa, to Hong Kong, to China, to South America, Europe. We encounter a lot of companies that are so excited about an opportunity to basically improve their competitive advantage by training their staff. It is the single most crucial thing that you can do in your organization to really compete effectively in a hyper competitive world. Now, typically, the questions that we get are, well, I like to improve my training. I like to begin some e-learning if I can because I've had some good things about it. But I'm frankly terrified. I'm terrified about starting this thing, about culture, shock and change, and suddenly about implementing it and what solutions might work for my organization. A lot of people don't want to take that risk without first knowing what it is that they're looking at by way of systems and servers and support from organizations or LMS companies. That's where eLeap comes in. What we've done, and I've done for over 6 years, is really kind of a laid back approach when it comes to some of these things. For example, I always tell people if you are interested in starting an e-learning program or doing effective training in your organization and tracking that training either for compliance reasons just because you're mandated to do this by government or federal or state authorities. It doesn't really matter. Bottom line is you have to get a solid system. Typically, a system that you will need is called an LMS or a learning management system. A learning management system. A learning management system actually is a software that is designed to help you either create, launch online training, manage the deployment or the distribution of that training, and of course provide tracking and reports, if you will, so that you can know when people have started stuff, where they're at, the status, and of course if they've completed their work or not, and be able to get these reports in a usable format. I always go, it's important to not get hanged up and caught up in terminology. Lord knows there's so many abbreviations going on that are just designed to confuse people. Typically, I would ask you this: what is your current practice in your training regimen? Do you have some PowerPoints perhaps that you have created? If you have PowerPoints, guess what? You are on your way to doing an e-learning program, because essentially what you will need is just a system that would allow you to share these PowerPoints or your trainings and be able to track to find out if somebody has indeed completed it. I always say it's good to probably have an assessment in there at some point, because obviously you want to be able to know that people have not only viewed it but have understood it. So to do what I call comprehension and to be able to test whether your training is working and if people are improving, then it helps to suddenly have an assessment at the end of it. And then of course, last but certainly not least, is the option to be able to reward your employees. I always say, look, while training can be compulsory for employees, mandatory, employees are still spending time. So it's important that you reward them for doing training. I know that sometimes it can be part of their overall requirement, but it also is good to be able to issue something as simple as a certificate. They would just download that. It's got a name, it's got the date completed, it's got your signature on there. They feel proud. They would hang this stuff on their walls. We all know people that go to seminars and get a certificate at the end of it. You should be able to do the same thing. Now, getting a system for online training can be complex. There's a lot of providers out there that are not doing a good job, and there's some that are doing a good job. Now, these are three important steps or important points you should know. Number one, the system. does the learning management system accomplish the goals that you want? So, for example, is it able to easily allow you to upload your PowerPoint files? Or if you have, let's say, some video files, can you upload those to your account? Secondly, what kinds of service are you going to get from the company? I know that a lot of people, they're just dying to take your money for the least amount of extra service. So, for example, if you need to add more users, does that cost you any extra? If you need something done, for example, help with uploading your materials, does that cost extra? And so on and so forth. You need to know that upfront. And then, of course, the third part is the support. Now, there's a difference between service and support. Service is typically what kinds of solutions, what kinds of features that you can expect as part of your system, either what I call standard features or customized features. Support is essentially once you go live, or in the process of going live, if you have a problem, if your users have problems, how do they contact the company, and what kinds of support will the company provide? And is this part of your solution or your package, your service package, or is it extra? It's very important to know all of this upfront, because believe me, we've had a lot of horror stories. Somebody comes in today, says, hey, I'm ready to go live. They take your money and they set you up. Next thing you know, I need to do something else, and that's $100 an hour, or $150 an hour, or $200 an hour to do something else. That might not have been something that you really wanted to spend the extra money on. But here you're stuck because you've already started the learning management solution and you can't back out of it. So it's important to learn and get those types of questions answered at the get-go. And then, of course, I always say, if you can't take it for a test drive, don't deal with the company. You need to be able to take a free trial account, see how it goes, upload your courses, see how it goes. And if you have any questions, contact us. We are at www.eleapsoftware.com. That's www.eleapsoftware.com, or call us 502-291-4650. We'll provide you with all of this information for free. I hope you join us for more of our series on how you can go with a learning management system and actually have fun doing this and save money. Thank you very much. Again, this is Don from eLeap LMS and Training Software.